Welcome back to another Saturday Shays Night Storytelling. Okay, I have 11 on my list. I've got random.org up over here on my laptop. Putting in 1 as minimum and 11 as max. Generate, it gave me 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gotta go to the second page for number 8. Number 8. I've got wrote down here, Playhouse with friend Brenda on phone. Now what that means, when I was a little girl, we lived on the coast during this time, the Mississippi, it was by Pascagoula. If any of y'all knows that, that was the big town kind of by it. The little town we lived in was Escataba. I went to school there. It was a real public school before I started, which Christian schools are real too, I just said it that way. It was a public school, not a Christian school, before I started the Christian school. I didn't start the Christian school till I was almost a teenager. So during this time, I was somewhere between the age of 7, so I was 7, 8, 9, 10, or 11, okay? Don't remember exactly how old I was. I had to be a little bit older, so I'm gonna say I was most likely around 10 or 11. But I had this friend in my school. You know, I rode the bus to school, and she was on the bus route, and she got on my bus, and she was in my room. And one day she asked me at school and on the bus if I would play house with her when we got home to our houses. Like, she said, get your mom, ask your mom. And she says, my mom lets me do this. She'll let me play on the phone and call my friends. But we play like, I'm playing house at my house, you play house at your house with your dolls and stuff or whatever. And we're friends, and we actually use the real phone and call each other back and forth, to talk in our play. Like we're calling and talking to our friend and telling each other about our day and stuff like that. And I thought that was so neat. And I didn't really think my mama was going to let me do it. But I was surprised. I got home from school that day and I asked her if I could. I explained to her what Brenda said, and she let me do it. So, because I had never, at that age, I was still too young. I had never really, started using the phone myself to call friends, and stuff like that. So she let me do that. I had a big playroom that I had all my toys in and stuff, and so I was playing in there, and that was my house. And then the phone just happened to be where my playroom is. You come out and stepped up into the dining room area or the living room area. That's right, it wasn't up then. That was after Charlotte and them got the house and they built that up, so it was level. Sorry about that. Walked out of the room into the living room, and the phone happened to be hanging on the wall. If I remember right, I think right there on the wall in the living room, like, how can I do this? Okay, this is the wall, okay? This is the wall. So, the door is right here. My playroom is in here. You walk out into the living room. So the phone is hanging right here on this side of the wall in the living room. So all I had to do was step out of my playroom right here to the phone. And so we started, I had to call Brenda first and let her know. I asked Mama, and Mama said I could. So then we hung up and we set up our homes and got started. So then, I told her, I said, you call me first, because I was shy about it at first, because I had never done that before, and I didn't really know exactly what she had really wanted me to do, So I told her, when I called her and told her that my mom was going to let me do it, I told her, I said, well, you call me first. So you know, I was doing around in my house and getting it set up. Well, in a little bit, phone rings, so I go to the phone and I answer and I say hello, and I just thought it was the coolest thing because I was getting to answer the phone, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm sure Mama had told me if it was somebody else besides Brenda, just let me know, you know. So, but it was Brenda. And so, you know, we talked, and she just, because I think we probably had made up names for ourselves, you know. I don't just remember what we did, what names we used, what we talked about. So, but it was just cool and fun, you know. So she would talk, and then we hung up, and we would do whatever, and then I called her back, you know, and we'd talk and do, and then just for a little bit there, back and forth, we called each other like that, playing house. And it was so fun, and that's one of my memories. So that is my memory and my story today. So I hope y'all enjoyed it, and until next time, I'm done, I'm gone, toodaloo.